welcome and thank you for coming back to our website and clicking on that link that brings you to the Devotional Moments page. It is a place each week where we try to post something that will be encouraging to you and something that will be uplifting, hopefully some thoughts that will inspire you to enjoy a better week in your experience with the Lord. And so I would like to share something with you today in honor of the fact that this is the week that we celebrate the new year. The year 2013 is beginning this week, and so this is sort of normally for me a week that I think about what I would like to do differently this year as opposed to last year. Maybe some things that I'd like to do better, maybe some things that I would not like to do at all. You know, we tend to think of those sorts of things. We use the word resolution. You know, want to make New Year's resolutions. I prefer not to use that term resolutions, because what sort of historically has happened in my life is that I will not always follow through with that resolution quite the way I intend to or expect to, and that leaves you sort of feeling deflated and maybe a little bit like a failure, and that's certainly not a good thing. I prefer to use the word goal. I try to set goals for the new year. I try to have an idea in which I want to sort of have my life be leaning. I have a friend who is fond of saying that, you know, we always want to be leaning in the right direction, because we always tend to fall down in the direction that we're leaning, and we almost always fall. So try to lean in the right direction. And so this is sort of the spirit in which I sort of try to examine my life this week and think about the ways that I want to lean in the new year. I want to share one of those with you right now. This is an idea that I think can be very meaningful. It is an idea that's meaningful to me that I did not quite accomplish the way I hoped to last year, but I hope to this year in a better way. And that has to do with the idea that rest is God's gift to us. I tend to think that if I work hard enough throughout the day, that I can, if I check off enough parts of my to-do list, that I have earned the right to rest in the evening. I tend to look at my weekends, that sort of like if I have accomplished enough throughout the week, then I have earned the right to rest over the weekend. The scriptures would sort of give us a different idea about the notion of rest and how to come about, how to approach resting in our lives. So let's look at that together by looking at the creation story. Do you remember the days of creation and the order of creation? If you don't, let me share those with you right now. On day one, God created the heavens, the earth, and light and darkness. That was day one. Day two, God created heaven, the heavens above us, the skies and vast expanse above us. On day three, God created the dry land and the seas and vegetation. On day four, He created the sun and the moon and the stars. Day five, the living creatures in the water and the birds in the air. Over the course of these days, God has been creating. He's been doing the work of creating everything that is around us in the universe. And on day six, He created land animals and one more very special thing, people, you and I. And then something unique happened over the course and through the course of creation. On day seven, God did not create anything. On day seven, God rested. And who was it that got to rest with God? It was us. It was people. It was mankind. God didn't create people on day one and say, if you can keep up with me through day six, then you'll earn the right to rest with me on day seven. God didn't create people on day three and say, okay, now I'm going to start working on some things right now that you can be a part of. And you will have to earn the right, because day seven's coming and I'm going to take a break, and then you can take a break with me. No, God created man on day six, and then on day seven He rested, and we rested with Him. Mankind rested with God and enjoyed His presence. I believe that God is teaching us through this order of creation that rest is something that is a gift from Him, not something that we have to earn ourselves. That's different than the way I typically think about rest. It's different than the way I have approached rest in my life. But if we can begin to think about it the way God instructs us to, that we will see that rest is a gift from God. It's a blessing that He wants us to enjoy. It is not something that we have to achieve for ourselves. It's His presence that matters on day seven. It's just simply being with Him. And for mankind, that was first. Work was not of first importance. Presence with Him and rest was of first importance. And so we didn't have to earn that. It's kind of like the gospel. We don't have to earn salvation in the gospel. The gospel is God's gift to us. And so I hope that this will be an encouragement to you. I hope that it'll be something that over the course of this new year, you can have as a goal to lean in that direction of resting more, valuing God's presence more, being with Him more, and less of feeling that pressure to earn the right to breathe a little bit and just be with God.